Through what lens are you living your life through? Is it that of the past, the present, or the future? The other day, I was playing with my phone and I was uploading some photos on my social media platform. And I went to this app called Canva. And I was, tweaking a photo and putting some text in it and making it all fabulous. And it got me thinking about us as human beings and how we live our life based on the emotions of an experience that happened sometime in our past, or something that's currently going on, or thinking about what's going to be created in the future and planning for it without ever truly being in the present. And I thought it was super interesting because I know I have definitely done that. And today we're going to be talking about how the way that you live your life through the lens of the past, present, or future can really impact your quality of your life. Hi, Mama. I'm Vanessa. Now let's get to it. You know how on your phone it has all these cool little filters that allows you to be tanner, to be taller, I swear to be skinnier, or magically transform you to another location. Or really what the filter does is it allows your audience to feel the emotion or the way that you want that photo to impact them in their everyday life. Well, the same thing happens when we have an emotion or a feeling from a hurt or a pain that we haven't really worked our way through. So for example, the other day I was talking to one of my girlfriends and her parents got divorced at a really young age. And it really impacted the way that she navigated her life because what she thought was, one, that it's pointless to get in a relationship. So the way that she navigated all of her relationships was that of being almost, how can I make this situation? What can I do to make this better? How can I ensure that this relationship does not fall apart? Because she was looking at it through the lens of her parents getting a divorce and putting that view of a relationship on her current situation. Does that make sense? And I thought it was fascinating because I think all of us do that. And we had an opportunity to really talk about it. And I asked her some simple questions. And I asked her, because she thought that the relationship, her parents getting a divorce, was because of her, that somehow she did something wrong. So then I asked her, is it true that you affected your parents' relationship in somehow and in such a way that they just broke up? And she said, no. And I said, so what is it exactly about the relationship that has you thinking at this point in time that relationships are pointless? And she said that she felt unsafe, like she didn't feel safe and she didn't feel wanted. And then we continued on with a whole bunch of other questions. But I hope that that example allows you to reflect upon how an experience that happened a long time ago when she was a child, she's still viewing her life through that lens of the past. And it's not allowing her to be present in her current relationships because everything that she does is being viewed through that clouded lens of the past. And by being able to process through the emotions of what she experienced, she's now able to be clear and have a lens of the future as she navigates herself in her relationships. And that's what I'm talking about, the past, present, and future. Another example is the other day, my son is autistic, right? We've talked about this before. And he had a really bad seizure the other day. And I was in all kind of a place, right? And it got me thinking about 5-10 years ago, I would have been a total mess because the lens that I would have brought up to view this exact situation in the future, in this present moment, is that of fear, that somehow my fear is that I'm not a good enough mother, that I wasn't there to support him and take care of him, that, all of this moment was happening and I was conjuring up all these thoughts and emotions based on a fear that I had about, because I wasn't present, that I wasn't a good mother. And the fact of the matter is, I'm a great mother. I'm a great mother to 4 kids. And he is in the best possible situation ever because he lives in a group home and he's fully taken care of. They were right there next to him. They gave him medication afterwards. He was able to sleep, and the nurse or the doctor came in the next day to take care of him and make sure that he was great. So when we look at life through the lens of the past, present, or future, it really comes from a point of fear because we don't want to take on the reality of what really is. And instead of dealing with that reality of the emotions that came from the hurt and pain of that circumstance, challenge, or experience, we put it to the side and allow our fear to be able to come up with all kind of emotions and feelings as to why we're not looking at reality for what it is. So another example of perhaps future lens, the future lens, right, is that of planning something in such a way. For example, I don't know, you want to be a writer, right? You want to be an author. And you're planning what you're going to be writing, the accolades you're going to receive in the community of whatever it is that you're writing about, and the money that you're going to make from it, and the experiences and the travel and the events you're going to be speaking out, all this stuff that's going to happen in the future. And here you are in the present moment, and you haven't written a thing because your present lens is looking at the future. And the fear that radiates through a person is that of, oh my God, can I really do that? Is that really going to happen? Maybe it's not going to happen. So the fear prevents a person from being able to actually take one little step of the direction of where they want to go. And instead of actually doing something about it, they let the fear take over their emotional lens of the present. And they focus on, oh my God, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that and that and that and that. And yet they don't ever take a step to move forward because they're afraid of failure. So can you see how looking at life through the lens of past, present, and future can really skew how we look at things? Now that I've given you a few examples, let's work on a solution. Are you ready? Okay. So the best thing to do when you find yourself in a position where you're dealing with something in the present moment and it's conjuring up these emotions that come from a fear of something that's happened in the past or something that's in the future, and you're so afraid of being able to do anything about it, this is what I recommend that you do. Just take a moment and take 3 deep cleansing breaths. You hear this through almost all of my videos. Scientific reason for taking 3 deep breaths is that it allows you to become centered and present within yourself. You're not becoming reactive to a situation. It allows you to put yourself together in such a way that you can actually respond to what is going on in front of you. When you look at this circumstance, you can say, okay, this is what's going on. And then this is the fear that's coming up inside of me. Okay. And then you take a moment to address that fear. Where is it? Where does it come from? Have I been able to clearly look at a situation that's happened in the past or something that you're worried about in the future that's preventing you from being here present? And then look at it with clear eyes. Not those of the fear, but clear eyes, and go, what is it that I'm afraid of? And once you're able to look straight into that moment, then you're able to say, okay, this is what I'm afraid of. And then you do something about it to the best of your abilities. If it's something that happened in the past, for example, taking that of divorced parents, and you see that the fear is that you're afraid that relationship won't work and it's just pointless, so then you just don't do anything about it. Address that fear by saying, is it true? Is what I'm experiencing now in this relationship with this person the same that's going on right now? No. Then you look at it and ask yourself a question. The same can be done of an individual who wants to be an author, a writer, scared to death of what will come up in the future, and so scared that they won't take the first step. When you turn around and you look at fear straight in the eye, then you can say, okay, what is it that I'm afraid of? The fear is that of being a failure. Yeah, you might fail in this one endeavor. However, you're going to learn an amazing lesson. And when you move forward through it, you're going to apply that, what didn't work, and micro-correct as you move forward in attaining your dream. So, recap. What lens are you living your life through? Is it that of the past, the present, or the future? As you move through and understand that what's preventing all of us is a sense of fear, not allowing me to move forward. And then just look at it with those clear, objective view. Solve the problem and move forward. I hope that this information served you well. Every Thursday, I post a new video. Comment below, let me know what you thought about this. How can you use this past, present, future lens in your life and use the tools to be able to get past the fear? If you have any questions, just go ahead and write me. You can always find me at vanessaleecurley.com, which is my website. If you're looking for coaching and want to learn other tools to be able to help you be present in your life, connect with me. I'm here. I look forward to hearing from you soon, and I'll see you next time. Remember, when we value ourselves, we value each other. Take care.